Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another edition. It's the Coach G Show here on FGNights.com. Jon Lauder, along with the head coach of the FG men's basketball team, Greg Herenda. Coach, how are things?
John, great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Quickly, let's recap the last two games. St. Francis of Brooklyn and Bryant, two tough games against very good opponents. Weren't able to get the wins in those, but what were your thoughts on how your team played?
We didn't play well enough. You know, St. Francis of Brooklyn's a very good team, but we gave them, I believe, 45 points in the first half, over 40, so our defense wasn't really good. Second half, you know, we got back into the game. It was tied, and we couldn't take the lead and lost a tough one at home. We went to Bryant, and Bryant just is playing good basketball right now. They previously beat St. Francis of PA by 20-something, so they're a good basketball team. But we're going to take our lumps. But I was just disappointed in the fact that we didn't, you know, we were down 15 at the half at home, and then we were down 17 and a half on the road. So we talked about it the last few days. We need to get off to better starts, especially in our building.
And what do you think the biggest key is to getting out to a better start?
You know, stopping people and scoring the ball to the rim so we can get into our press. So if we don't stop people and take jump shots, that's a recipe for disaster for us. So we need to play good defense without fouling, take good shots, make them, and get into our presses, and then we'll be fine. But we need to do that sooner than later. But this league is just, you know, it's ridiculous. It's very, very it's much like the Big Ten and the Big East, and anyone can beat anyone. So if you don't show up, you're going to lose, and we haven't showed up the first halves of both of the last two games, and we've lost them. So we have to learn that quickly. But after 3 out of 4 games on the road, I know I've said it before, to be 2-2 in league is monumental. But now we have to make some hay at home.
Players got a couple of days off in the last few days. How much did that help them, you think?
I think so. We were banged up. We're sick. These are the dog days. You know, it's tough going back to the dorm. It's not the cozy confines of your home.
Winter.
It's hard. And, you know, I gave him we just lost 2 games and gave him 2 days off. So I don't know if I'm stupid or if I'm smart. We'll find out. But they needed the time off. We had 17 days where we just had 1 day off. It's important to replenish the energy level, not only physically but mentally as well. So hopefully the 2 days cleared things out. We've had 2 great days of practice. Now we need to have a great game.
Mount St. Mary's tomorrow, Wagner on Saturday, both at home, but that unrelenting NEC schedule continues.
Yeah, everyone's good. Mount went to the NCAA tournament. Wagner, you know, defensively, they're struggling. They've been a really, really good defense, but they're just tough. They're tough kids. They have a tough coach. And I think people are saying the same things about us. You know, if you don't come prepared to play against Fairleigh Dickinson, and that's the mantra throughout. I heard LeBron James last night. They lost to Phoenix, and he talked about the small margin of error. You know, and you're talking about LeBron James, the best player in the world, Love, and Irving. You know, so if they've got a small margin, guess what? My crew does as well. So you have to limit your mistakes, and when you're playing well, take advantage of it. And we need to just turn that around. And I'm confident our guys will.
Let's talk a little bit about your show on WFDU, the Greg Herenda show. You just had Jeff Van Gundy on. You've had a ton of good guests.
Yeah, you know, it's fun. The university asked me to do the show, and at first I was very skeptical, and I didn't want to call it the Greg Herenda show, but they wanted me to be the face of our basketball program and get our name out there. And I think what it's done is realize that a lot of people know a lot about FDU out there. You know, we've had Jim Calhoun, John Calipari. We've had people from our conference in Bobby Valentine, the athletic director of Sacred Heart. You know, the media, I think it's important. You know, we had Jackie McMullen and Goodman and John Rothstein and Mike Breen. And it just shows now I'm 53 years old, and I've got a lot of, I guess, friends and connections that it's not hard to get guests because people know that we're trying to do the right thing here. And we play hard, we practice hard, and people respect us. And I think the more the word gets out, the better off. But also we have to do more good things to get the word out. But it's good when Jeff Van Gundy's following your games and he realized we had 8 defensive rebounds against, I believe we had 8 we had 1 in the, I think we had 8 defensive rebounds against Towson, and he asked me a question about it on the show. So he's following, well, you know, when you have, you know, ex-NBA coaches following your team, I think that's a good thing.
And I'm going to ask you to put your analyst hat on. We've got the AFC and the NFC championship games coming up. Who you got?
Put my hat on. I just put my hat on.
Yeah, Patriots, Colts.
Just in case you didn't get that.
And Packers, Seahawks. I'm a Packers fan, so be nice.
I said it on the show. It's very easy. The Packers are going to get beat thoroughly in Seattle, and Seattle is.
I'm sure you're right.
I think Seattle's going to win. I shouldn't say thoroughly, but Seattle and New England are going to play in the Super Bowl in a really fast track indoor stadium, and there's no question that Seattle's going to beat the New England Patriots, and then the New England Patriots are going to be officially the Atlanta Braves, in that they win a lot of conference titles, but they haven't won a Super Bowl in 11 years. So that's my prediction.
Now, you think Brady would have a better shot against Seattle than Peyton did last year?
Oh, anybody would. I mean, Peyton really struggled in that game, and he struggled late. You know, it's sad to see the great ones. I remember when I was a young boy, I went to see Willie Mays play for the Mets, and to see the guys, not get to the ball. And hopefully Peyton will come back. Everyone thought Peyton was done a few years ago when he had that neck injury, and he came back, and he was terrific. But, on the Greg Herenda show, we don't really talk that much about FDU basketball. We talk about our guests, how FDU maybe relates to the rest of the world, but I'm much more complex than just a basketball, as you well know.
That's right. You're a very complicated man. I know that.
Well, complex is better than complicated, I guess. But
either way. And
you had a Wikipedia question?
Yeah. So on your Wikipedia page, it says that you were once a voice for The Simpsons, and I find that highly unlikely.
I'm going to refrain from commenting on that. I'll let you do your research. But that is on my Wikipedia page, and I think I was.
It also says that you really like House of Pain's Jump Around.
I like to jump around, but no, I'm a Sinatra, Neil Young, Springsteen, classical music.
We're going to get to the bottom of this Wikipedia situation.
The Wikipedia we'll get to, but I don't think we have much time left on the show today. But I just want our people to come out to our games, though, man. These kids play hard. It's fun. The NEC is a great conference to come and watch guys that get after it, that can score points, and my team does that. And there's a good possibility we might start 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a graduate student. We don't have a senior on our team. We do not have a senior on our team. So this team is just evolving. This is the start. But I just want our fans to come out, and just people in the community that might happen to be tuning in, because, for the money value, you just get, quality basketball, and you get a great environment. And I just wish we could get more people to watch. I know when our students come back, the place will rock a little more. But in between exams, I think it's good value.
Coach, thanks so much for the time and good luck.
John, thank you very much.
As you heard, Coach, come out, support your Knights, 7 o'clock against Mount St. Mary's tomorrow night, and then 4:30 on Saturday against Wagner. The women also play on Saturday at 2 o'clock, so it's a doubleheader. Come on out, support your Knights, and FDUKnights.com. That's the place to be for all your news and notes on FDU men's basketball.